So the Tigers added to Daffy out on a club suspension. They're missing a few players here today. And the Tigers are 12th on the ladder with 1 win out of 3. Fremantle 10th, 1 win out of 3. So a pretty vital game for both teams, Gouchy.
Both Daffy and Campbell being out, they're the big possession winners, so they're going to miss them dearly. I'll give Fremantle a chance here, Drew.
Well, Matthew Knight's won the toss, and the Tigers are going left to right in the first quarter. Kellaway's in there for the first touch. Away to Knights. Kick by Knights up towards the 50. Mark might have been taken down there, but it was spilt by Mills, the first gamer. And it'll be a Dockers free kick. And taken by Longmuir. Out to McManus at halfback. Good running by Cook. Up towards the attacking 50. Fuster caught behind, being held back off the ball with one hand. Black, kick smothered. Now 30 metres from goal. Good hand pass, Waterhouse. Black across the face of goal. A score was on for the Dockers then, but it's gone out of bounds in the forward pocket. And they brought up a bit of a divot there right on the boundary line. And the umpire will throw it in.
Yeah, Black had a bit of time there. He had a yard. That's all he needed, just to settle and have a shot.
Well, his first game for the season, he missed a lot of football with a bad groin injury, Heath Black. He's one of their young guns. If they can get him fit, see him there at the bottom of the pack, just burrows in, then knocks the ball out. Coming away with the ball is Bitterskin, who's come into the side. Now they want a free kick, they won't get, they go short. Under pressure. They want holding the ball, Heath Black. Again, just bashes the ball inside 50, Hazelby. His handball didn't hit a target. Here's Hilton. He's averaged 30 possessions for the Tigers.
Good
great
tackle.
chasing. Great tackle by Parker. It's a loose ball. Tigers set it up through Matthew Knights. Came from Mills. Goes short to Bowden, who's a thumping kick. Here's Sampson. Runs into the open goal. Bad miss.
And Fremantle were lucky to get away with that. Troy Longmuir went at the ball, went at the man with another Fremantle player in Ashley Prescott. 2 against 1. And Longmuir's man got the ball over the top. Great tackle here by Parker. Desperation stuff. It's a good sign for Fremantle.
Oh, it's a shocking kick in though, but it's a high tackle. They'll get away with it. The free kick was paid. Advantage now to Parker. Away to Cook. He clears the defensive 50. Troy Cook, former Sydney Swans player. Down the line he goes. Into the sun. Oh, good mark taken by Fuster, ex-West Coast Eagle. And Fremantle on the run through Callaghan. Hand pass into McManus. His kick towards centre half forward. Mudra! Good movement by the Dockers.
Yeah, quick play through the midfield there. But great kick by McManus. Time and space to work in, and Modra didn't let him down. Marked the ball at its highest peak there. Straight arms. Good lead. Good signs for Fremantle. Duncan Callaway's got the job on Adrian Fletcher.
Well, naturally, we're in an enclosed stadium. There's no wind advantage. He's got to kick this from 50. It's got to be a true 50, and it's home easily.
Yeah, I like Fremantle today up against the Tigers with Broderick. And Campbell being out, it's going to be very hard. Daffy, sorry, it wasn't. But it's good play there. McManus, good transfer of play by Fremantle. They're on the job quickly. Fuster, good mark. Quickly played on. And McManus didn't let him down. The captain, good pass. And Modric goals.
And there we see the Fremantle bench. Gale, Dodd, Sinclair and Longmuir. And Daniel Bandy has lined up at centre half back. Playing on Matthew Richardson. Clem Michael doing the ruck work. Ottens thumps the ball forward. Trying to crash his way through was Walker. So a good start by the Dockers. Tony Modra has kicked 10 goals against the Tigers. A game at the MCG. Coming off a tremendous season last year with Fremantle, his first. Second in their best and fairest. Kicking over 70 goals for the season.
McManus has got the job on Matthew Knights.
Cook, the ex-Sydney player, still making his way in the game. And there's a good mark by Leon Cameron, who's been recruited by the Tigers just to give a bit of stability in defence. Harrison goes short, finds Callaway. Likes the handball. He's kicking, lacks penetration. Richardson's going to be the target right throughout the course of the day. Longmuir, the tackler. Paddling the ball along is Mills, the first gamer. Over the top, there was no free kick. Bitterscombe has come into the side for the Tigers. Again, a loose ball. Knights paddles the ball long in front, can't take control. Callaway with strength, tried to burst through. Cook's hand pass, didn't really hit a target. Put Kickett under a lot of pressure, fires it off and rockets it to Fletcher, goes for the long option. Cook, loose player's been set up wide, finds McManus, edge of the centre square. Colonial Stadium, the kick's a shocker. Drops short, being marked by Tawney.
Very disappointing finish by the Dockers. Ottens, he's cornered, but he breaks from half-back. Mighty kick, half-back to half-forward, but nobody there. And Richardson was 30 or 40 metres away from that. Mark taken by Kickett. Back towards the wing. Fuster moving well. Just gets the hand pass away. Ball, what the crowd. Fuster once again. Waterhouse.
And Fuster's been good at centre half forward, just what the Dockers need.
Gee, it's tough in the shadows down there. Here's Modra, and he takes the mark in the shadows in the forward pocket.
Well, that's why Fuster was recruited to the Dockers to give a bit of height and a bit of strength up forward, an extra marking option.
Well, they needed a centre half forward, KB. That's what they've really missed.
It's a tough angle.
Very tight angle.
But the chasing and tackling of the Fremantle side's been very good. Their harassment on the Richmond players put them under pressure, and they've made mistakes, the Tigers.
Lead by Parker in short. Modra holding for a banana kick. It's not his real go. Not bad effort at all. And just offline. Haven't seen him kick too many banana kicks in his many goals.
He's a very good kick, Tony Modra. Rogers to bring the ball back into play for the Tigers. Make that Bowden. Comes away, runs his full 15 metres and pumps the ball wide out of the shadows into the sunshine. Hilton was the high flyer from behind. Parker has already laid one great tackle. Prescott, former captain of the Tigers under-19s, tries to drill it. Big fist away. Chance for Longmuir. Can he keep the ball alive? Cook hits the pack hard. Over the top was Bitterscombe. Maybe caught high.
And just the pace of the Fremantle side, just worrying Richmond at the moment. They're first at the ball, so they're getting every opportunity.
Dockers leading 1-1 to a point, and they've done most of the attacking. They've got another chance here. Callaghan a snap, but he hooked it too far back over his head and out of bounds on the full.
It's a little bit flat, Richmond, at the moment. Getting led to the ball all over the ground.
This can be a problem for the Tigers, kicking out of defence, but Kellaway kicks well on this occasion to Rogers. He's got it to the 50. Can't ask more than that. Kick by Rogers to Richardson, too high for him. Bandy should have taken that mark. Parker's done well. Off to Bandy. This is good play by the Dockers. Walker, the hand pass to Longmuir. Good smother by Rogers it was. Richmond have it. Clinton King goes for a dash. Kick by King, wobbles like a bag of wheat to Richardson. Richardson breaks Bandy. Goes for the goal, and a bad kick by Richardson out on the full.
That's a good matchup, I think, Daniel Bandy against Matthew Richardson. He'll match him in height, yes. and also athleticism. This is a great smother here by Matthew Rogers.
Perfect.
He's been a good player, Matthew Rogers, since coming across from South Australia. There was talk he was going to go back last year. He elected to stay with the Tigers. He's been a Mr. Fix-It. Here's King in front, too small. Otten's over the top. Clem Michael was a wild hand pass, but he sets it up, and Cook, a fitter-looking Cook. It's a wonderful kick to McManus through the centre square. Modra, look out!
Lace up.
He's got it.
Just the speed across the ground. Cook's been very good, looks very fit and sharp. McManus has also been very sharp in his first 10 minutes. He's been good. And Modra's led strongly, hard at the ball, and wanted it.
One of the things I've always liked about Tony Modra, you never see him remonstrating with his opponent. He never really argues with the umpire. He never gets into any wrestling matches.
The speed off the mark's incredible.
He just plays the ball on its merits. Going for his second goal. It'll be a good start for the Dockers. Right on 50, Tony Modra starts to bend it back. I think he's got it.
Yep. The pressure of Fremantle have been very, very good. In the back line there, Parker's got a couple of possessions already. Bandy on Richardson's a good matchup, as KB spoke about, but Cook's been very, very good. Quick hands, speed across the ground, that's what they're very good at. Good sight by Cook. Squares the ball up, McManus twice has fed Modra for his 2 goals. Good work.
And he's playing on Matthew Knights.
Terrific start by the visitors. Fremantle 2-1, Richmond 1 behind. Bounce wasn't all that high. Ottens wins the ball down. Cook again. He's brought his own footy today. Out towards half forward. Bad bounce there for Black, but he comes back for a second go at it. Hilton, well done. Kick by Hilton towards half forward. Bandy high, but missed the punch. Kick it. He'd want the white line and gets it.
Good work.
Gee, he's been a great player, Dale. Kick it for Fremantle.
Well, he's the only Fremantle player to have played 100 games with the club, which is not bad since it's his 5th club.
Well, he's always been best across halfback. There's no doubt about that about Dale Kickett, and he's just been so good, always finishing high up in their best and fairest. Did start with Fitzroy and at St Kilda and went to Essendon and the West Coast Eagles. But none of those clubs seem to play him at halfback, and I know when he went to the Dockers, that's where Jared Neesham played him, and he really found his niche there.
Good work.
There's Kickett, speak of the devil. Hazelby, the young star, has been averaging 26 possessions a game. An amazing number of possessions for one so young. So Prescott thumps it back towards Waterhouse. Good defensive play. Was stumped away by Tawney at ground level. They feed the ball out to Sampson. It came from Bowden, goes wide. And Richardson has got it.
Yeah, it's just a turnover there. Bandy was going down the ground to make another option. The turnover cost him dearly, and Richmond set it up beautifully through Sampson onto Richardson.
Well, this man on screen is the key to the Richmond Football Club. He's their star. He's the big gun. He's the one who can destroy the opposition. So Bandy today, if he can hold Matthew Richardson, then the Dockers are in with a chance. He'll be shooting from just inside 50. Richardson needs some confidence. Pops it through.
Well, they desperately needed that. The Tides. Fremantle been showing a clean pair of heels, Cook and McManus, but Richmond just unlucky there for Bandy. Just guessed where the ball was going down the ground, and Richardson was on his own. You can't afford to give him too much space. He's the important player KB spoke about, so you just got to be right up close to him. Don't give him too much space. And he finished off beautifully, Richardson.
Much needed goal for the Tigers. Michael charged straight through the middle. Gets it going Fremantle's way. Fletcher, wide he goes. Longmuir, not quite. Modra there in support. Well done, Burke. Had to give it up eventually. Kellaway, in he comes. Out of defence by Biddiscombe. Wide towards the wing. Here's the first game of Mills. Well done, son. 18-year-old. Mills up towards the 50. It dropped short of Richardson. Bandy front spot. Bandy picked out a couple of players. He had a choice. Longmuir in short to Cook again. Knights runs him down. Kick by Cook.
Great kick.
Oh, that's magnificent. And the mark taken by Justin Longmuir.
Good setup by Fremantle in their forward 50, though. They've only got 2 inside 50, giving plenty of space up the ground for their players to lead in.
Justin started on the bench. Number 2 pick in the 98 draft.
And Modra.
And Modra has it again. Now, Tony Modra, as we've seen, they've talked about, is it the atmosphere at Colonial? Blokes seem to be kicking longer. Now, Modra's drop punted, not a worry from 50.
Yeah, I think it's a bit...
You think the line's not 50?
I don't think it's 50.
Well, I asked Tim Watson that, and he said he stepped it out last week, and it was definitely 50 metres. 50 metres is not a long way to kick the footy.
I
Not a long
thought
way.
that Tony was one of the longest kicks. He's a pretty straight kick, but he certainly had no trouble with his last one from on the 50, so this should be no problem at all. And guess what lets him down? Accuracy.
And Andrew Kellaway's got to change his game here. Modra's got space in front of him, so what he's got to do is play in front of Modra and let him lead back to the goal square. He's giving too much space. He's got to play in front of him when the ball's coming down the ground. He's playing from behind and letting Modra make the lead and work into the space.
Well, it's through midfield that they're troubling the Tigers. A lot of loose players inside the centre square. Troy Cook's had it 9 times.
I don't think Kellaway's the answer up against Modra either, KB.
Great thump by Fuster. Might set it up. Callahan back to Fletcher. It's a wobbly old kick. They need a lucky bounce. Playing in front is Kellaway. It's a hurried kick out wide. Trying to trap it. Keeps the ball alive is Biddiscombe. To Harrison, who's a great kick. He tried to drill it. Richardson's got it. The juggler. Centre wing. Spins around. Big arc. He's looking for Holland. Tried to take it on the half volley. Pulled his opponent off the ball. Longmuir. To McManus, who's been pretty handy. To Parker. He's at the true centre-half back post. Again, loose players out wide. The Tigers are very slack at picking up the Dockers. Here's Prescott. His first game for the season. 2 bounces. time for think music. Pumps the ball long. He's had a long ping at the goals. Hazelby, he's got it. Oh. What a mark. This young superstar, who's averaging 26 possessions a game, he came in as the #2 draft choice. Huge raps on him, and he has taken an absolute ripper.
Well, just pushed his body underneath there on Clinton King, but that's just out and out class by Hazelby. Is he going to be something special? Well, he is now.
He's kicked 1 goal for the season. We're looking at a fine young player. He's got his first of the match.
Well, I think, KB, you might be on the selection committee for the Norwich Rising Star. But, by gee, if this bloke doesn't, he's 100 to 1 on.
It's only the 4th round, Drew.
Oh, just get on him now, because he'll be 200 to 1 on by the time it's given out.
Well, yeah, that is a special mark over Clinton King.
That's just class. Yeah, ordinary players just don't do that. He's just something out of the box. Just wants the ball. Sensational. Catch, all right.
Well, Danny Frawley, he's had just the 1 win this year, and that was by 2 points against Melbourne in round 1, where they just hung on. The Tigers have been getting away all right in games, but it's the hanging on at the end that's been a problem. So they don't want to get behind in the first quarter here, and that's what they are. 3-2 to 1-1, and it's going to be a Richmond free kick. The ball coming to Clinton King.
Matthew Knights-McManus match-up. Knights has had 2, McManus has had 7 possessions, so he's winning there.
So Duncan Kellaway to take the free for the Tigers, just behind the centre circle. Got pretty close to the man on the mark, Fletcher. It didn't reach Richardson. Well done by Parker. Knights a good hand pass. Might have been a bit slick for Burke. Out to King. Over the top to Knights. Bounce favoured him. Bandy almost got him. That's unbelievable. He ducked Hazelby.
Good pressure by Fremantle.
Fletcher to Longmuir.
Don't panic, son.
It's Troy Longmuir. Beautiful kick to Cook. Troy Cook is 10 possessions in the opening quarter. Into Justin Longmuir. Kick it, running from the back line. Modra again with a break on Kellaway, and there's a problem with Andrew Kellaway.
Yeah, there's got to be a change there.
Well, the big problem is that the Tigers in midfield are not chasing hard enough. I mean, it's hard on Andrew Kellaway with all that space and ball coming down very, very quickly. But Richmond players midfield, they've got to run a lot harder. And guys on the forward line have also got to stream down the ground and try and put some pressure on. They were very, very slack then getting to Troy Cook.
Yeah.
Well, Campbell and Daffy
didn't run hard enough.
It is making it hard for him.
This could be a big weekend for West Australian full forwards. 14 last night, and Modra could beat it today if this keeps up. This for his 3rd. It's good.
Well, they've come out to play Fremantle. Absolutely hard at the ball, hard at the body. Knights, they just hassled and harassed him, turned the ball over, and the Fremantle, the midfield again. Cook was great, and the pass was even better. Dale Kickett was very good off the half-back, overlapped. Sensational. Modra here we see, great shot at goal. Very rarely misses. Good work.
And there's Damien Drum and Terry Bright there as well. Former partners down at Geelong.
Yeah, good fellas.
And Tony Modra has booted 3 goals. They lead by 19 points. Knights caught high. There is no free kick. The Tigers have to force the ball forward. Good grab taken by Longmuir. This is Troy Longmuir, so the 2 Longmuir brothers doing well. There's the stretch. Bandy comes away from half back. Again, they'll kick to space. Callahan's the target, and he's got it. Dirty Harry from the half-forward flank tries to drill it. Heath Black has come back into the side. They're in the shadows. To the square. Burke takes the front position. Ottens, the rover. Again, it's a hurry kick out of defence. And there's Fletcher. And another loose player is Clem Michael. He just have a shot, but he goes short. McManus.
Oh, they're carving him up in the midfield. Fuse has been good at centre half forward also. Put a couple of Shepherds on.
Gale's on for the Tigers.
A couple of kicks.
Ben Holland off. So Sean McManus, you've got to admire this player. He's had 2 knee reconstructions. He's co-captain now of the Dockers. What an important kick. A lead by 19 points. This to stretch it to 25. The Roar tells the story.
Well, it's time to man up for the Richmond players. Their Knights letting McManus get too much of the ball. Cook's getting too much. They just got to tighten up one-on-one and just slow the game down for the next 5 minutes and get back into it. Michael, good vision here. Possibly could have went for goal. Saw McManus, who's been on his own. He's been given a lot of latitude by Matthew Knights just to tighten up and start again.
We saw one of the great hidings of the modern era last night, and this one heading the same way. Something's got to give here for the Tigers. Something has to change. They fight hard in the middle. Just as the ball came clear, the umpire said, give it to me, I'll ball it up.
And Knights has moved to the half-forward line.
There's Holland sitting down. He didn't get a touch.
Didn't get a touch. He missed one over there. He should have covered a ground ball, Drew. Good players have got to take that. Benny
Gale in the foreground, number 25 on Michael. Michael thrashes him, gets it up towards the 50. Bit of a fumble by Leon Cameron. Here's Clive Waterhouse. Sits the hand pass away to Longmuir, but a poor old kick, then a good tackle. They're tackling hard on the forward line, the Dockers. Hazelby, well done for a first-year player. Fantastic. Prescott comes out wide. Fletcher across the 50 he goes, and Michael gave it off last time. Will he do it again? Yes, he will to Longmuir.
Oh, good work. He's playing in the back line, Longmuir. Pushed himself down the ground with the tackling and harassing of Fremantle. Just an example there was Waterhouse. He gave the ball off, then went for a block to help his teammate, and that's just been Fremantle all over the ground, just helping and harassing the opposition there, helping their teammates. It was a good kick in.
He had big raps on him, this young boy, Justin Longmuir. He's just 19 years of age when he was first drafted by the Dockers, and thrown his brother Troy, who played 13 games with Melbourne. Two brothers combining very well today, Drew.
Yes. This is the younger of the two. Justin Longmuir. Oh, poor kick. That didn't leave the boot well at all.
Didn't kick through the ball.
Disappointing.
But the setup, the tackling by the forwards, and then the use of the ball. And Clem Michael a couple of times. And look at Longmuir. He said, oh, I could have kicked the goal at Colonial.
Well, he just leant back on the football. Yeah, he didn't go through. He had no forward momentum whatsoever. He just tried to toe poke it.
He fell off the ball.
Take two, I'm certain he'd really put his boot in that ball. Cameron goes wide, finds Bowden. Tigers trying to set it up. Bitterscombe, some run out of defence. To Harrison, goes very short and finds Richardson. He's on centre wing.
They'll give him kicks there all day, surely.
Yeah, that's right. Get him outside 50 every time.
Well, he's 2.5 kicks from goal. So he's going to try and take him on by himself. Back to Bowden. The Tigers very indecisive. This is where they've got the numbers now, the Dockers, because Richardson is so far up the ground. All they've got to do is hit a target. Kicked off the ground by Longmuir. This is Troy. Plenty of support from Bandy. They'll share the ball around. Fletcher again has been very good. That's 8 possessions. Over the top, the big fist away was from Harrison. Hitting it hard and caught high was Callaway. 5-3-33 the Dockers, 1-1-7 the Tigers. Tony Modra has booted 3 goals in this opening quarter.
And he's putting his head in the second tier.
Now, it's not a very long kick, so it's going to be a high one. Over the top will come Bandy with that big fist. He's done it every time there's been a high ball to Richardson. Kick it. Those great evasive skills. Loves to set it up as the playmaker. Longmuir comes away, pumps the ball back to the half-forward line. Bitterscombe had the sit on Callaghan. Couldn't take the mark. Callaghan does well. He's been legged, but no free. Waterhouse squeeze out the handball. Coming through was Tawney.
Oh, they're at him, the boys.
Well,
2 against 1 there, Callaghan. He did a great job there. Just wanted the ball, desperation. Fantastic work.
I would have thought he might have got legged here.
Oh, umpire.
Oh, where are you, son?
2.25 minutes to quarter time. Clean possession, Fuster. He's the meat in the sandwich. Ball, say the Tiger fans. It comes away. Long to full forward, over the head of Modra. And Gale got back there this time to help out Callaway. Taken by Burke. David Burke to half-back flank. Harrison. Shortest hair I've ever seen him have. In he goes to Knights. In the centre square now. Leon Cameron going short and working from the broadcast side to Rogers right in the centre circle. Oh, Richo! No mark! Very nearly held it. Gee, it's a contest. Justin Longmuir, is he playing a game?
Just couldn't hang on to it in the second grab, could he? Matthew Richardson got his hands on the ball here, Couchy.
Yeah. Good grab, just couldn't quite grab it there.
Couldn't control it.
Third go at it.
Callaway caught by Kickett.
But what Richmond are doing, they're short passing in through the midfield there, and all the Fremantle Dockers, their wingers, their half forwards are pushing back inside 50, and that's why there's so many Fremantle Docker players inside 50. They're just pushing down, making it hard to get space for the Richmond forward line.
Kickett's such a good tackler. Handles the ball beautifully. Back to Parker. Sets it up wide.
And away they run.
To Longmuir. Walker drops it. Plenty of time to recover. Then just tumbles the ball back to the half-forward line. Thumped on by Gale. Maybe he should have grabbed the ball. Longmuir goes to ground over the top. Fletcher was there to lend support. Been taken away by Cameron. The Tigers just pumped the ball back. Whoa! Magnificent mark by Dale Kickett.
He nearly touched the roof, KB.
And look at this, a loose player again, McManus playing a marvellous first quarter. Modra's in his sights, look out!
Kicking's been sensational, McManus's. Just running into space, Modra all the time. There's been a change there. Callaway's come off him and Burke's on him now, but you can't stop a road train when it's on fire. They're heading straight to Fremantle.
Well, he's booted 3 goals too, so he's had 5 shots in this first quarter. Tony Modra, 33 plays 7. It's a 26-point ball game. This to put the Dockers in front by 32 points. Cross the face. Off hands, through for a behind.
Well, what a first quarter. Modra knows that he missed a few chances. They could have the Tigers 6 feet under by now. Modra's kicked 3 goals, 3, but a brilliant first quarter by the visitors. Dockers 5 goals, 4 to Richmond 1 goal, 1. And the Tigers in turmoil at the moment. Bounce back in the middle. The Tigers really need to regroup. Up goes Longmuir. Hazelby in the thick of things. Cook had a magnificent first quarter. He had 10 possessions, 7 kicks and 3 handballs, Troy Cook, in the opening term.
McManus 9 kicks, 7 kicks, 2 handballs and 4 marks and 1 goal. And passed 3 beautifully down to Modra's throat.
Gale goes in against Longmuir. Gale with the outside of his hand. Oh, kick it with desperation. Hilton, Biddiscombe. Look at Hazelby. Playing his 4th game, but he pushed him in the back, said the umpire. Not sure, but anyway, Biddiscombe the free.
Through the centre square, kicks a high ball. Richardson's in his sights, pushed out under the ball was Bandy.
Played in front, good work by Daniel Bandy. Take the front position. Wasn't a great kick by Biddiscombe, but very high and gave plenty of chances for Bandy.
Short to kick it. Oh, Lux of Fortune lands in the arms of Longmuir. Still inside the centre square. This young boy has started in the ruck at the start of this second quarter with Clem Michael in the forward pocket. Troy Cook playing magnificent play. Here's Waterhouse, just needs a kind bounce, gets one in front of Tawney. Half forward flank. Modra again is the target this time. Burke got his fist to the ball. Modra the crummer around the corner. Michael in front of the pack, just 20 metres out from the Dockers goal. Tigers combined. Have to force the ball wide. Coming out is McManus with Gale. Longmuir gets the crumb. Clem Michael's on 50. He wants to feed the ball off to Heath Black. Goes short. Waterhouse tried to take a one-hander. It's into the goal square. Thumped through by David Burke. Good defensive play.
Safety first, but they're under pressure again, the Richmond defence.
And here's the super slow you can see here. Where Gale came out, it was nearly a big collision with McManus.
5-5 to 1 goal, 1.
Can't believe it.
Now, where am I to go here? Out towards the broadcast side, and Gale a good mark. Started the game on the bench, but Longmuir in the ruck for the Dockers has been terrific. Here's trouble. Cook on Biddiscombe. Biddiscombe just gets it away. King. They're under pressure with every possession. Harrison up to half forward. Defensive mark by Parker. He was great right from the opening minute of the game, Shane Parker. Oh, what a kick. How does anybody find that much room on a footy field? Kick it. Modra at the back, Callaghan. Closed down by Cameron. Across the face. Michael is set up a couple of goals. Here he goes again. Cook. Kick smothered. It comes back. Oh, up from defence, Brown. Off to Callaghan, and he's kicked it.
Hit the post.
Oh, poster to Craig Callaghan. And Lee Brown has come from the last line of defence.
Well, some wasted opportunities for the Dockers. They've had chances to kick goals in the last couple of minutes. I thought Clem Michael could have done better when he won the ball on 50. Just then, they seemed to just fiddle with the ball, just needed to be a little bit cooler under pressure as Cameron pumps the ball back. Hilton, I thought, gave away a free kick. In fact, the free kick's going to the Tigers.
Yeah, the Richmond disposal's been very
Gale.
poor, KB, through the midfield. Just the pressure of the Fremantle side with the tackling and chasing and harassing.
Kick's going to drop short.
That's a terrible kick.
Fletcher, so strong overhead. One of the most underrated players going around. Prescott. Take two through the centre square. Prescott, the former Tiger, to the pocket. Modra on the stretch. That was a great grab.
And that's been the difference, the disposal of both sides there. Fremantle been very, very clean with the disposal. Good work, good vision, but great stretch here by Modra.
Sticky fingers.
Speed.
Well, they've had a lot of the play in the opening minutes of this second quarter. They really do need to kick a goal. For the amount of play they've had. Wasted opportunities hurt sides. Tony Modra has kicked 3 goals, 3. He's got 3 goals, 4.
They've got to finish him off. They've had every opportunity in this first 5 to 6 minutes there, really finishing off the Richmond club and put them beyond doubt. Look very slow through midfield, Richmond. See Holland on the interchange bench. Didn't touch it in the first quarter.
There's more east to west about the running of this ground. And they're playing into the sun, Richmond, in this quarter. Ball just inside the boundary line. Half back to half forward. Punch away by Kickett. Ball, say the crowd. Umpire doesn't blow the whistle. There was no decision on that. A tackle by Kickett. Longmuir in there, very hard at it. And the umpire will ball it up.
37 plays 7. Hazelby, quick hands. But Cook goes to ground. Fletcher, the playmaker, back to Parker, who stands and delivers and pumps the ball back towards the centre wing. Been marked by Harrison. Now Benny Gale is down, he's limping. Knights, the skipper, through the centre square, tries to set it up. He was looking for Bowden. Bowled over was Ottens, going to ground also. Tigers come forward through Rogers. High ball. Great crumbing by Sampson.
Oh, good work.
Tries to headbutt his way through. He's caught.
Yeah, Bandy was good work there. He left his man, Matthew Richardson there, took the risk, and he brought the tackle on and brought the free kick. It was great work, Daniel Bandy.
Loose players all over the field for the Dockers. Walker comes away, kicks the space. He's looking for Heath Black. All he needs is a bounce and gets it. Modra on a lead.
There's speed. It's Heath Black's speed. But that was set up with Daniel Bandy, leaving Matthew Richardson, putting the tackle on the Richmond player, getting the free kick, and the Fremantle Dockers through the midfield with their possession. It's been fantastic here. Heath Black, left foot up, bang, straight down your throat.
Clay Sampson's off for the Tigers, and coming on is Paul Broderick. This is an important kick for the Dockers, because sooner or later, if you don't kick a goal, the opposition will hurt you.
Yeah, you've got to get a couple now. Put them on the board.
Stephen Coops on, also for the Dockers.
Justin Longmuir off. He's been good in the ruck.
And Fremantle's been playing so well.
Well, Clem Michael obviously will go into the ruck, and Coop will go to the forward line. Big kick here for Tony Modra.
He's missed
Wasted opportunity. 3 goals, 5 to Tony Modra. 3 points coming in that first term, and now he's 2 shots in this second quarter, both behinds.
So quite incredible. We haven't had any goals at all in this second quarter, and the Dockers have been peppering away. And Modra mostly at fault. Kellaway, half volley ball, comes to McManus, back to Fletcher. Here come the Dockers again. Modra once again. Quite carry, slips the tackle, and kicks another behind. Just about losing count. 3-6 for Tony Modra.
Well, last night we saw Scotty Cummings kick 14 goals. Tony Modra might kick 14 behinds.
I'm starting to lose ink on my pen with those points.
Yeah, but if they get so much ball on the forward line, he might kick 14 behinds, but he might also kick 14 goals.
Cameron goes straight up the centre. Fletcher, such a good mark for his size, inside the centre square. They've won all the loose balls.
Eustace been
Strength, Eustace will need to feed it off. Back to Prescott, to the half forward line. Callaghan should trap it. Around the corner. Cameron, easy chest mark. So the Tigers defenders earning their keep in this game so far. Otten's on a long lead. He's been ignored. Danger here. Was he off? Bowden, short. on the half volley. Here's Fuster. Leads Callaway in the race to the ball. Got the perfect bounce to Harrison. So maybe the tide is changing, and a bit of luck for the Tigers. Rogers are pushing the back.
Just in the first quarter, KB, Richmond had 52 possessions. They doubled it nearly. Fremantle with 98.
Dockers by 32 points. Richardson, he's got Bandy to beat. It's been a great matchup. Cook goes to the ground, driven to the ground. There's a goal coming up, and Harrison bangs it through.
We spoke about opportunity. Fremantle's had plenty of the ball this quarter, plenty of shots at goal. It goes down the other end and Richmond kick a goal. And they're still in this game, only 26 points down, but Fremantle have absolutely dominated this game. Just disappointing there. Cook went to ground. Good tackle by Clinton King. Knights with a quick handball off goal.
Fremantle have been in attack virtually for the entire quarter for just 5 behinds. Richmond went up there once for a goal. So they've outscored them this quarter. Free kick, Gale in the middle.
Inside 50 this quarter, Drew. 3 to Richmond, 7 to Fremantle.
Punch outside the 50. Hilton gives chase. Closed down by McManus, who read the angles well and saw the ball over the line.
Throwing on centre wing, Gale versus Michael. Give the points to Gale. Plus the quick kick, kick it, and Cook.
Speed.
Just pounced on the ball. Troy Cook runs away from Tivendale, pumps the ball down towards Modris and pushing and shoving. Callaway came across in front, got his fist to the ball. Closing quickly is Coots. Tawney under pressure, loose ball, chance for the Dockers. Heath Black, a centering kick. Good mark taken by Harrison, who's just kicked the goal for the Tigers. Burke wants to play on quickly because he's got a loose player wide in Bitterscombe. It's a high ball. Time's on his side. Tries to set up, finds King. Marks in front of Hazelby. Does well. Trips the light, fantastic. Spins out of trouble, back to Bitterscombe. Burke. No easy possession for the Tigers. He's caught high.
Did he duck under that, KB, do you think?
Close to it. The Dockers by 26 points. Broderick off the interchange bench. Marks in front of McManus. Gale's warming up for the Dockers.
It's better. Ottens, they need to take a few more pack marks, Richmond, to get back into this game. Bandy's playing in front of Richardson, taking the space in front of him. Good play, Bandy.
Bitterscombe. So they concede ground, goes to Cameron. Now they go wide. Richardson. He's on 50.
It's good play by Bandy. He has to go out into the outside 50 to play, though, but when the ball was coming down the other side, he was playing in front of Richardson. He had no space to lead in. Played space side of Matthew Richardson. Good work, Daniel Bandy. It's a way to play forward.
Hilton wanted it short. Richardson fancies his chances. Right on 50. He's a big kick. He's a thumping kick.
And that's what happens when you don't hurt opposition sides. Fremantle have had plenty of opportunity there. It was a mongrel kick by Richardson, and he got wasn't straight off the boot. Bitterscombe squared the ball up across to Cameron, who's got beautiful silky skills. Over to Richardson, who found space at 50. He hasn't been able to get the ball inside 50, but he kicks a mongrel punt and it gets a goal.
So a massive goal by Matty Richardson. He's kicked 1 in each quarter. Richmond 3-1, Fremantle 5 goals 9. I reckon there's no wind in the stadium. There's gales everywhere. There's a gale on each side, and Michael Gale's running for Richmond. McManus, King was good. Blind hand pass out to Hilton. Off the left, he goes deep inside 50. Longmuir might have taken the mark, tried the punch. Richardson again. This time he's away to the right. Prescott just off the ground, and on for the Dockers, Mark Gale. So we've got Brendan Gale for the Tigers, Mark Gale for the Dockers.
McManus has only had 1 handball this quarter, so it's quieting down in the second quarter.
Gee, that was a wasted opportunity for the Tigers. Just needed to be a little bit cooler. Brown, ball feeds back to McManus, loves to take him on. Handball was a poor one. Fletcher recovers well. Here's Modra again. This time he should get a bounce. Can he keep the ball running his way? Modra got Burke to beat, pushed over the line. Boundary throw in.
Good work by Burke there. Nice and close to Modra. Didn't give him too much space to work in and kept heading him to the boundary line.
Well, his father was one of the great players for the Tigers on the wing and also at fullback in premiership sides. Francis Burke, 300 games. Boundary throw in on 50. Bitterscombe weaves his way out of trouble. The ball lands with Callaway. He just wobbles it back, and here's Hilton. He's taken a screamer. He's off and running tonight. The Tigers have gone up a cog through wasted opportunities. Poyas.
And Hilton's done a good job on Menace, just slowed him up a bit.
Young man. First season for the Tigers. The kick was a poor one. Great smother off the boot. That was by young Mills, also playing his first game. Diving on the ball, knocking it back.
Oh.
It was belted. But look, Kickett. Dale Kickett magnificently out of defence. Sets it up to Gale, pumps it wide. Callahan's the target.
Oh, I can't
He's got it on 50.
That was just absolutely class.
They lead by 19 points. Clive Waterhouse has been relatively quiet, but he is explosive. Now he's just likely to kick this.
How'd he do that? Just straight at it, wanted the ball. Get out of my road, son.
He's kicked 6 goals for the season, Clive Waterhouse. Bouncy takes a strong mark. An uncanny player. They need a goal, the Dockers. He likes it.
He's got it.
He's banged it through.
Well, Dale Kickett was absolutely sensational. I've never seen that. Kate, explain that to me. I've just...
He was as slippery as an eel, and
speed
like
of the
a
ball.
torpedo here.
There's Callahan's pass to Clive Waterhouse, who's been picked up by Callaway.
Well, at last the Dockers get their first goal of this second quarter, and we're past the halfway mark of the quarter. Richmond have added 2 from limited opportunities. Otten's down to King. King wished he hadn't got it. Whistle. He's going to get a free kick. The crowd wanting a 50-metre, but I don't think the Dockers player was entitled to know on the whistle whose kick it was.
I thought it was a bit soft, that free kick.
I just thought he was gang tackled.
Had a fair dinkum go at him.
If you got a ponytail, you're entitled to have it ripped off, I reckon. Roderick on the ground for the Tigers. Kellaway, Andrew. McManus. Gee, they're going past in waves, offering choices to their teammates. Callahan on centre wing, up towards half forward. Black couldn't quite take the mark. Modra, a handball to Cook. He deserves a goal, this kid. He's played a game and a half. Troy Cook, and he missed it as well.
You could see the doubt in his mind then. He just sort of stuttered with his feet there. Wasn't overly confident kicking. Slowed down, sped up. No confidence there. Hazelby's been tagged out of the game by Clinton King. He's done very well on him. But Troy Cook missed opportunity there. Could have ran right in.
No excuses.
No. Just sort of...
That's what he's got to do if he wants to lift his standing in the game. Troy Cook, he's been winning the ball well today. He's had 13 possessions, but you've just got to finish off.
Didn't trust himself, KB.
Knights has got it, edge of the centre square. The skipper.
Good work, Bandy, keeping Richardson there.
8 possessions. Loves to set it up. Finds Mills. Richardson way in front this time of Bandy.
Good work by Richardson to lead a couple of times there, once, twice. You didn't see it on screen there, but his work rate was sensational then. Led one way, went back, then led again, 3 times.
Well, he's been pushed wide. Mills kicking the ball down. He's had a bit of it in the first quarter. The young man from Euroa, the Tigers' 4th choice of the national draft. Richardson from 50. Has he got his kicking boot on today?
Oh.
Not on this occasion. He's put it out on the full.
I reckon he's got a big wardrobe at home, and the non-kicking wardrobe is probably a bit bigger than the goal-kicking wardrobe.
He just leans off the ball too much.
Kick it. How he set up that last forward thrust for the Dockers was just something to watch. Absolutely sensational.
He's pushing again to get the second option again. Great work.
He'll get it back from Dodd. Good running by Kickett. This is magnificent football. He's up to 12 possessions and just pinpoint accuracy to Bandy. He'll be offering himself again. Bandy's kick to half forward on the 50.
Good work, Fuster. Make a
Comes to the
contest.
front. Black the tackler. dislodges the ball. Broderick, the hand pass back a bit slick. Here come the Dockers in numbers. Black again. He's over it. He's holding it.
Oh, no.
Well, that's tough. He was the one who went in and careered in to get the ball.
Attack the ball.
But the rule says that if you actually go to ground on the ball, elect to dive on the ball, you must knock it out with the one action. If you actually go to ground in the contest, well, then you're given an opportunity. But it wasn't the one action, so therefore the umpire was correct.
Yeah, okay.
Seemed fair. Seemed pretty harsh.
Here's Gale. Kick by Gale towards centre half forward. A big pack. Almost as many were in the queues trying to get in before the game. Hilton, back he comes. First gamer, up and down the spot, Mills. That went nowhere. Poor kick, and the mark was taken by Fletcher.
McManus and Fletcher. What a great combination today. Out in front, Modra. He's got Burke the Beatty or push him under the ball. Can't keep the ball alive.
This is reach worried. Modra then got his arm to the ball. 16 possessions for Fletcher. 9 kicks, 7 handballs. Duncan Callaway's had 10 possessions, but the use of Fletcher's have been a lot better.
And Dale Kickett with his 12 possessions and 6 marks.
Coming up at halftime, game day with Johnny Longmire, Todd Viney and Tony Shaw with the wrap-up of all 3 games today at halftime.
So free kick to the Dockers. Go to Stephen Coop. It's a big kick to the square. Waterhouse looks dangerous. Backing back is Tawney off hands. Waterhouse going to kick.
Oh,
no! Maybe caught high. It's a loose ball. What an opportunity missed. It was a fresh air shot.
Swing and a miss. Oh,
and there he is.
Sensational.
The man of the moment. Dale Kickett. Here's Fuster. Big body in front.
Oh!
And a big forearm too by the looks of it.
What to take his head off.
He should kick this. If this 50-metre line isn't quite 50, he'll drill this.
Well, he was recruited for the extra marking power. Did take a great mark a couple of years ago with the Eagles when he was horizontal. This is bending back. Yeah. He's kicked a goal. Yeah. Great goal by Fuster.
Well, they deserve that, Brendan Fuster, as he's done some great teamwork today. Given the ball off, blocked, Shepherd, attacked the ball at centre half forward, really given Fremantle a great option at centre half forward. They're working.
Let's have a look at this fresh air shot.
Come on, Clive, think
this
about it.
This is comedy hour. You thought you were watching football, but no, it's the Sunday afternoon comedy movie.
It's impossible to know, Drew, how Clive Waterhouse failed to get his boot to that ball.
Yeah, harder to miss than to kick the goal. Infinitely. King, back he comes, Biddiscombe. They're under pressure, Bowden. Cameron, out wide, Mills.
Duncan Callaway's gone off the ground. Fletcher's done a very good job on him.
Young Mills hasn't been the worst. This is his 7th possession. Been plenty worse than him the first gamer. Biddiscombe. Bit of depth in that one. Richardson. Bandy's got the height. Richardson, he's over it as well.
Yeah,
come on,
that's a free
KB.
kick.
Same thing. He did not get rid of that ball.
It's good work by Lee Brown to just fade off his opponent there and help out Daniel Bandy 2 against 1.
Now, okay, KB,
Okay.
the ruling on this. What's your decision?
I've hatched it.
That is ball.
Well, it's a free kick to the Dockers. It was the umpire made a mistake.
McManus.
King backtracks and retreats, finds Gale, drills it to Bowden. He's got a reputation as being a big kick. So here's his chance. 60 out, goes very short. And finds Andrew Callaway.
He's gone to from the best kick in the side to nearly the worst.
Now, is Andrew Callaway going to kick this? Can you back him in, KB? He's not one of the greatest kicks.
No, but he has kicked a goal this season. He's kicked 1 goal for the year.
But he wasn't this far out.
Andrew Callaway. From right on 50. Distance is there going right to the line. And Ottens has claimed it.
Should have been punched through. That's terrible play of Fremantle.
And he goes short to Richardson.
Should never have happened. Brown and Michael punched the ball through.
Yes, even if you're backhanded.
Yeah, got to push yourself back and put the Richmond player out of the play at least.
Well, this gives the Tigers a chance.
And they really don't deserve it. Fremantle's played so well.
Richardson has booted 2 goals, 1 in the first quarter, 1 in the second quarter. 52 plays 20, so it's a 32-point ball game. Richardson from 35 metres out has kicked a goal. He's got 3.
Incredible, really. It's way against the trend of the game.
That's right.
It was nearly a team plan. Just pop it up and have the tallest man on the line to take the mark and then kick back.
Well, they should have pushed back a bit further. They went for the mark. Just take it over the line. And Otten's good mark there. Callaway, we know, is not a great kick, so Ottens was prepared. Richardson makes no mistake.
Well, Damien Drum must be wondering, how come we're only double their score? We should be quadruple their score on the trend of the play. Cook, McManus. Through too easily, but eventually went too far, and he's lost it. Clinton King, one of the smallest on the ground, nailed him.
He's had 9 possessions. King has been okay. Did a good job on Hasleby.
To Gale. Not quite the mark. The ball at the front. Towed forward by Bowden. Kick it yourself, Joel. He's 50 metres out. Goes to the top of the square. Richardson!
That turnover in the centre square there was crucial. Good tackle by Clinton King. McManus tried to take them all on. Free kick against him. Turnover. And Richmond in with the chances. Only 46 seconds of play left, and they kicked 2 goals here in the last 2 minutes.
Well,
disappointing for
Richardson took 13 marks last week, and already he's up to 6, and we're short of half-time. This for his 4th. Thanks for coming, Richo. And he's the idol of the Richmond fans. They roared to their heart's content after he took that mark. They love him here.
Well, this goal came because Sean McManus just couldn't make the right decision in the centre of the ground when to kick the ball and when not to kick the ball. And that kick off the ground, then this kick there, young Dodds was just too short to contest here with Richardson, and Troy Cook there as well. So he's booted for 3 goals in his second quarter and 2 goals in the last minute and a half. So the Tigers are back to within 20 points. 32 plays 52. So they'll lift the confidence of the Tigers. Mills has been very good in his first game. There's a throw. One-handed throw by King. McManus tries to right the situation. Back to Fletcher. Wants to try and set it up. Kicks a high ball. Good grab. Andrew Callaway. He's brave and courageous. To Cameron. A transfer of play. To centre half forward. Otten's in front. Brown from behind. Taken by Walker. So just a few seconds left in the game. Callahan hit the ball hard as the siren sounds. And it was a half of football that was dominated by the Dockers, but not on the scoreboard. 7-10-52. They lead by 20 points. 5-2-32 the Tigers. And 2 late goals by Richmond will give them a lot of hope going in at half-time.
Well, in that quarter, Fremantle kicked 2 goals, 6-4-1, and lead by just 20. Going on there between young Lee Brown in just his 4th game, and Ottens, centre half back, centre half forward. Comes down to Duncan Callaway. His kick in the direction of the Ottens-Brown contest. Crumbs come to McManus. He spins out of the tackle. Through goes Hilton and follows up. Cook for the Dockers. Back short of the wing. Oh, Ottens might have taken the mark. Sinclair the hand pass. And the Tigers putting on a lot more pressure now. And this is a different half, and it's looking a bit different already. Comes to Longmuir. Out of defence, Justin Longmuir. Sinclair. And they go very wide. McManus just inside the boundary line at right half-back. A 20-point lead to the Dockers after a wasteful first half. 7-10 to 5 goals 2. McManus to half-forward. Gale slides the hand pass to Waterhouse. He's 2 kicks to goal, maybe 3 from goal there. McManus back to Waterhouse. Now he's about 4 kicks from goal. Down the line back to Gale. His kick towards the 50. And it made it easy for Biddiston.
You can see the difference in Richmond. A lot more pressure on the Fremantle player.
And not good signs for the Dockers when they really start to fiddle with the ball and have multiple possessions and go nowhere. Knights being picked up by Sinclair, centre square. Goes wide. Looking for Gale. Start on the bench. He's been good since he's come onto the ground. Kicks a high ball. Looking for Hilton, who's been one of the stars this year for the Tigers. A kick and a half out from goals. He centres the ball towards centre half forward.
Good luck.
And young Brown.
He'll be all right, Brown.
Yes. Young boy just making his way in the game from Hayfield. Gippsland under-18s. There's always been big junior raps on him. Big fly from behind. I thought maybe a free kick that time to Knights, given away by Fletcher. Bowden, nearly a one-handed throw, was shoveled out to Callaway. Squeezes the ball back to Cameron. Loves to set it up. It's out in front. This is a good kick. And finds Ottens. Didn't have to break stride. Just continue to run onto the ball. Richardson's going to be the target. He'll need support in the air. Bandy from behind. They'll need a punch. Richardson gets around McManus. He's super quick for a big man. Kick goes short.
Good pressure by McManus.
Bandy. So the loose player on 50. Sinclair spent a lot of time on the interchange bench. Threatens to be a really good player, Jess Sinclair. This is his 3rd season, so he's got to really start to deliver on a consistent basis. Callaghan goes to ground. Bitterscombe does well under pressure. Back to Gale, the Tigers. Bit more run in the legs. Rogers on the stretch, couldn't hang on to a fingertip mark. Knights was caught, tried to crash his way through. Dragicevic, high ball. Backing back is Cook, who's been very good today.
Filling up the space in the Richmond forward line there. Good play by Troy Cook.
No addition to the score in the second half so far. Longmuir, the hand pass into Bandy. Up to Brown. Ottens is his man, and he hand passes straight into Ottens.
Longmuir, sensational work.
Bandy, good for a big bloke, but Ottens did well. Flips the ball up to King. Threads it through to Rogers. Draws a man. Out to Broderick. Beautiful kick right in front. Oh, it should have been gobbled by Hilton. Back to King. And another short pass successful to Knights.
Doesn't look good for Fremantle. It's a bit of a turnaround in play here. Richmond look like they've got more legs. They're tackling and harassing a lot better than the first half. They got the opportunity of 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, and they're just the use of the ball there. Richardson coming off here, you see, but Broderick squared the ball up, and Knights has done the work here. Shot on goal.
And he's going straight to the phone. Matty Richardson, as Knights lines up for goal. This will put him within 14 points. Oh, bad kick. Well, the air might be thin here at Colonial, but it must be swirling as well.
Well, Richardson will have to come back onto the ground now. I don't understand, Paul, when you've got 2 runners, why you can't send out a message. No. Sometimes I don't think it's necessary to take the player from the field, to put on the headphones and go for the coach to speak to him.
I think the message was to go with Daniel Bandy and not duck out the back, and that's what he did, KB.
Well, you've got 2 runners out there. You can do that.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you.
Gale backtracks to Callaway. So they sidetrack through Cameron, edge of the centre square. There's a loose player out wide. There's a good kick by Cameron now. The sun was a problem, but Hilton's got it. He's on the burst. Good 60 metres out. Rogers looks dangerous.
Rory Hilton's been the difference in this second quarter. He's been very good. He shut down McManus in that second quarter. He didn't have as much influence. Hilton's been the turnaround. They're more hard at it this quarter. Richmond, good work. Hilton's been very good, and saw Rogers out the back there, ducked out the back with his pace, and make no mistake.
Well, this is his 7th season with the Tigers. He's always been a handy player. Maybe a Mr. Fix-It. He's played all over the field for the Tigers. From 15 metres out, bangs it through.
Well, now just 13 points the difference, and the Tigers just getting close enough. They can see their opponents not too distant away.
No, they've just dropped off a bit, Fremantle, in the work rate. They played very good team footy, shepherding, tackling, harassing the opposition. They've just dropped off in this last 5 minutes, in the last 5 minutes of the second quarter, and Rogers made no mistake.
Damien Drum will be getting a little bit nervous now. Fremantle haven't added to their half-time score, and the Tigers are closing. Gale whips a 20-metre hand pass. Knights almost tried to mark it. Can't mark a handball. Black out towards the wing. Longmuir giving chase. It was a good chase by Bowden. He came from nowhere. but he's given it up to Black. Kick smothered. It's back to Black. Had to get rid of it in a hurry. To Terry Gale's boy. Up towards half forward, chopped off by Harrison. Callaway. Back to Harrison. Now he's found Knights out in the sunshine, out in the open. Richmond looking much better. Oh, look at this. The first game of Mills takes the mark, and he's about 42 metres from goal.
He's been fairly good, Mills. Probably lost it in the sun there. The ground is running, as Drew spoke about, east-west, and it does get in your eyes there. He lost the ball there and just turned around and grabbed it. So Knights with good space, but Gale, the mistake was here out in the wing. Once you get space, use the ball properly. How often do you see a bloke get tackled from behind when they've got space and when they're clear from a pack? Very, very little. Once out of a whole game. So you just got to panic. Just panic Gale there and cough the ball up.
Mills, an 18-year-old first gamer. It's away to the right and through for a minor score.
And that's what they should have done in the second quarter. That last little bit.
Disappointing for the youngster there from Euroa, who represented Big Country last year. But he's given a good account of himself in his first game.
Oh, he's been good. Parker goes short, finds Cook. 17 possessions and 3 marks. Goes wide. Longmuir just ambles away, kicks a high ball. Bitterscombe in the contest, so's Fuster. Wants to feed the ball off. Long raking handball, didn't quite hit a target. Tigers now applying some pressure. Ottens, well tackled. McManus, been a good player today. Ball kick around the corner, taken by Andrew Callaway. So the Tigers now are transferring the play. They're getting the loose players that the Dockers had in the first half. Tawney goes wide, he's looking for Callaway. Duncan Callaway, great grab.
Just a difference in the Dockers play in this third quarter. The first half they're looking inboard for players in through the corridor, but this time they've gone very wide in this third quarter and cost them too slow to get the ball down to their forward line.
So the Dockers had the numbers. Cook at ground level.
Just a little bit of panic settled in here for the Fremantle.
Just a little bit. Longmuir kicks back. Cameron had it and lost it. Jess Sinclair pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line. Callaway again was a high flyer. There's been a shove out. And it's going to the Dockers. To Fuster.
He was lucky there.
They need a goal to steady. Fuster, 55 metres out. It's a good kick to the square. This is going to bounce through. Tied up on the line is Callaghan.
Yeah, they do need a goal to settle Fremantle.
Well, there's been talk about the bounce here at Colonial. You would have sworn that that ball was actually going to bounce through for a goal.
Yep.
They've got it behind. Bowden, thumping kick out wide. 2 against 1, wins out. Clinton King, great tackle by McManus. Numbers went out in the end. Hilton to Burke, edge of the centre square. Gets around his opponent. Kicks long inside 50. Kickett trying to get back. Did well against Knights, who traps it well. It's in the sunshine. Loose ball. Walker kicked off the ground. Bandy nudges it through for a behind.
Well, it's become a bit of a scrap now.
Yeah, they've just panicked a bit under pressure. They should have taken a mark sometimes. They've punched Fremantle in defence there. A bit of panic in their play. They need to get see just little things like that. Richmond have worried them a bit.
Dragicevic, 55 out. A good kick to the top of the goal square. Mark not accepted down there by Sampson. It spills. Dodd clears for the Dockers. Middle of the ground. Been very good, Justin Longmuir. Players at both sides getting out in open space. Modra under pressure. Burke gets it away. Callaghan at ground level. Great Callaghan! Not a bad shot. Just offline.
Should have steadied. Had time. He knew both players, the Richmond defenders, were on the ground. Just should have steadied and lined up. Just panicked when as soon as he got it. Wanted to unload it. It's like a hot potato for Fremantle at the moment. He's got to settle, composure, a bit of experience has got to come in here. Fletcher's got to get a bit of the ball to slow the game down for him.
Can't understand how Stephen Coops missed this mark out here on the half-forward flank, and that's a shocking kick.
Well, one of the Fremantle defenders punched when he should have taken the mark, KB. Just those little things you see in their game, just a bit of fumbling going on.
Well, it was an easy mark to take. Yeah. Joel Bowden, who's renowned for his kicking ability, has let himself down badly. Now, Clyde Waterhouse and Callaghan.
And Coops has come off, KB.
And Coops is off. for that mistake, and Hazelby is back on. So Callahan's got it, his left footer. Can he make amends? It's a centering kick. It's to the goal square. Fuster from behind. Tried to kick off the ground by Modra. Forced over the line for a behind.
Just need one to steady, Fremantle.
Interesting that at the start of this quarter, Hazelby was on the bench, and also was Prescott, who were two of their best in their one win for the season.
Well, there's Prescott sitting on the interchange bench, and Hazelby's just come back on. He was being picked up by that man with the ball then. Clinton King goes short to Hilton. Average 30 possessions, he's caught. So a loose ball, Gale will have to hit it hard. He needs good hands, goes to ground, got to keep your footing. Must hold your feet. Caught high was Knights. Does it well. Now there's 50.
Fletcher's given him a mouthful.
Well, this is a bad 50 for the Dockers.
I think Fletcher's asking, why didn't I get the free kick over the shoulder? He ducked his head, then Matthew Knights did exactly the same thing, KB. So.
Well, it's a very short 50. Let me tell you that.
The umpire wasn't sure about it.
Because the centre square is 45 metres, and it was halfway on the centre square, so really it's about a 25-30 metre.
Launched, yeah.
Bowden unloads a big bomb. Nails it.
Well, the Tides are back in it. They didn't look like it in the first quarter and a half. And yet with a bit of play, the experienced players, Knights getting a little bit of the ball here. Bowden got momentum through the ball. It's a huge kick. At 50s. Went 60 metres. I don't know whether it's the true 50.
Mapped kick by Joel Bowden. You wonder why in the second quarter he gave off a short pass to Andrew Kellaway. Couldn't hope to kick it that far. The Tigers right back in this, trailing by just 8 points. Broderick back to King. Duncan Kellaway. Gale, a bit of a fumble, might be costly. Cook went too hard at it, went without it. Oh, he's still got it. Well done. Over the head of Black, the mark to Cameron. Leon Cameron, recruited from the Bulldogs. Switch of play out into the sun. Benny Gale. Up to Knights, but he leaves it for Rogers. And the Richmond players wanting a trip here, which could be a reported 50.
No, that was accidental.
They're switching the play well, Richmond, though. They're looking for space on the other side of the ground, and that's what they've done. A couple of times they switched it across there. Knights has been good. Gale just switching the play there. It was accidental. Just going down off the contest. Making him earn his kick.
So Rogers, he can put them within 2 points here. Kick it on the mark is about 45 metres from goal. Gale off, Holland on. The kick outside 50, it's there!
Well, they never looked like a Richmond. And yet they're only 2 points behind him. Fremantle need to steady. Make some momentum, get some momentum back, turn the game around, tighten up on a few players. Gale's come on and been very damaging. Knights has got a bit of the ball. Rogers, their senior players have lifted, and they're back in it.
Second goal this quarter to Matty Rogers, and that was a blocker.
Well, the Dockers lead by 27 points at quarter time, 20 points at half time. They now lead by 2 points. The Tiger supporters, the big roar goes around Colonial Stadium. The roar meter went up before, it was 100%. Dragged to the ground was Fletcher. Cook has pounced on it, inside the centre square, kicks wide. Bitterscombe against Callahan, plenty of support. Holland's just come off the interchange bench. Half smothered off the boot. Hitting the ball hard is Hilton. It's a loose ball, plenty of run. Holland does well to the half-forward line, Ottens. You'll hear a roar if the Tigers hit the front. Richardson was booted for 3 in that second term. Got him back into the game. Richardson's going to be the target.
Kellaway.
Well, we mentioned during that second term when the Dockers had all that play and wasted their opportunities with 2 goals 6, that it just might hurt them. Richardson there, pushed Bandy out, but Callaway from behind.
They're attacking the ball's been a lot better this quarter, KB, but
Fletcher's off for the Dockers.
Ben Holland's playing loose in the Dockers forward line, and Lee Brown's a loose man in the Richmond forward line. Holland got 2 possessions there in that
Just watch the reaction behind the goals, because it'll tell a story if the Tigers hit the front for the first time in this game.
Fremantle made a few changes. Fletcher coming off, Longmuir, Glenn Michael coming on. There has been a big turnaround in this game, and just the experience of the Richmond players to settle under pressure, but it's been the difference. Ottens sits and waits. With great attack here by Callaway. Wanted the ball straight over the back of Richardson. Good mark, goal.
Well, the raw meter just hit 100 again. And this place, I didn't think had much atmosphere in the first half because Richmond were being flogged and the Tigers fans were just looking on. But are they finding some voice now? Hand pass back from Sampson. In trouble, Knights. Back it comes to Hilton. All under pressure. 3 possessions in a row. Duncan Callaway rides the bump, puts it to the forward pocket. Rogers again. Could be a match winner, Matty Rogers.
There was a mistake by Troy Cook there. He should have went for the tackle, went for the bump on Callaway. Got to attack the man, take the tackle, and let's set it up for Richmond. Roderick's been very good. Callaway should have been a tackle on him by Cook. Hit the body. Should have attacked the hips, and Rogers the mark.
Rogers hardly a factor in the first half. Just 2 kicks in each of the first 2 quarters. Has he come good here? 3 marks, and will it be 3 goals?
Well, they had 52 possessions in the first quarter, Richmond, to the Tigers 98, to Fremantle's 98. Just dominant all over the game. Hilton's done a great job on McManus to slide him up, but there's the bump. Should have been a tackle. And Callaway with his left foot wobbled it down to Rogers. He's put it through for the Tigers. They're on fire.
And the raw meter just went past 100 into the danger zone.
150. Straight through that.
65 the Tigers. The Dockers 7-13-55. Richmond by 10 points. McManus, can he lift the Dockers? Troy Cook. They need a goal to steady the ship. Half forward line, they force it down. Prescott off the bench, tries some strong arm tactics. Some clever play by Bowden, taken away by Knights. Here's the loose player in Richardson, traps it. He'll take him on, pushes off, runs to 50. Matthew Richardson. So close.
And Bowden's been very good. 11 kicks, 8 handballs, 19 possessions, and 1 goal. Been very good in this third quarter.
4 goals, 2 to Matthew Richardson. That big burst of 3 goals coming in the second term. 2 goals in the last 2 minutes of the quarter. Tigers by 11 points.
Hilton's had 8 possessions this quarter. Up against McManus.
The Dockers. Goalless this quarter. Nearly a one-hander by Ottens. Dodds does well. They've got their chance through Prescott. It'll open up. Modri's going to be the target in front. Pushes off Burke, needs a kind bounce, does it well. A centering kick.
Great kick.
Heath Black can't get there, but his teammate has got in front. So there was nearly a collision. There's Heath Black pulling him up off the ground.
Courage.
And it's Callaghan. Have a look at those shoulders strapped up by Dirty Harry. This is an important kick.
Well, good move by Modra because he can't kick goals. So it's better off to give it away.
Burke's giving him no space, but he squared it up. Oncoming traffic, courageous stuff by Callaghan. That's typical of his play.
Callaghan. He's kicked 3 goals for the season, directly in front. He's missed.
Muffed it.
Didn't Burke let him know? And Modra showing a bit of venom here. Tony Modra comes in. Well, the crowd going mad here at Colonial.
Well, the matchup wasn't right with Andrew Callaway on Modra, and they made the change with Burke on Modra, and he's done a great job. Hasn't given him any space to work in. Been very close and tight on him.
And that's a free kick to Richmond, taken from centre half back by Callaway. Callaway and up to Biddiscombe on centre wing. Richmond, this was almost the unwinnable game for the Tigers, and now they're in front. Knights, Ottens.
Throw.
Oh, Brown gave it to Cook, who wasn't watching. Bowden out in front to Richardson. Well done, Matty Richardson. Dragosevic, kick smothered. Has a second chance.
Second effort. Sensational.
It's close. No.
Play on.
Fantastic performance there by Dodd right on the line. And a terrific kick out to Sinclair. Well, what looked like being a Tigers goal could be a goal at the other end in a minute. Callaghan, spoiled by Kellaway. And the ball to the line.
It was a bad kick by Sinclair.
And he knows it. You
Too
can see
high.
his reaction.
All he had to do was put it out in front, allow Callaghan to run onto it. That's where Sinclair's got to improve as a player. Benny Gale there on the interchange bench.
Inside 50, 16-4 this quarter, Richmond's way.
Michael plucks it out of the air. Sets it up in the shadows to Waterhouse. Here's Modra. He should have it. Great play by Burke. Super defensive play. That'll bring a smile to the face of his dad. Cameron comes away inside the centre square. Bending down low as Rogers. First mistake for the quarter. He's booted 3 goals. Prescott pops it high. Been marked by Hazelby. Has spent time on the bench. Sinclair.
They've got to settle here and take the shot and goal. He said he wasn't a great kick, just Sinclair, KB. Just see what he does here with great technique of Burke's. And if you ever see a little, if you want to teach kids how to punch a ball, sensational. Didn't swipe at the ball.
Clive Waterhouse taking a break and Stephen Coops coming on for the Dockers.
Been pretty quiet, Clive. 9 possessions.
This will bring the Dockers back to 4 points if Sinclair can kick it. From 48 metres. Modra! Tony Modra had the sit. And not enough Tigers got back there. It was just as if they expected Sinclair to kick the distance.
Well, Burke should have been right beside him, pushing back out of play. It's poor play by Burke.
Well, tight angle here. Great camera shot here at Colonial Stadium, right behind Tony Modra. We can see there, little daylight. He has kicked 3 goals, 6 for the day. All of his goals coming in the first quarter. He's been the culprit who has wasted so many opportunities. Can he kick a goal? Tigers waiting for him to come offline. Tony Modra, they'll run at him and smother it.
Too close to the man on the mark.
There's 50 metres. Andrew Callaway has been deemed to be too close to Tony Modra. So now this is a gimme.
Sure they couldn't miss this one.
Well, he's kicking from the goal line, directly in front.
Boy, do they need it. They've kicked 2 goals 10 since quarter time.
So Tony Modra will kick his 4th goal. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, it's poor play on Burke. He should have been right beside Modra there. Give him no space at all. He's been very good in the second and third quarter, halfway through. And he should have been right there against him. Poor kick by Sinclair, but Callaway was just too close there. And the free kick was given on the goal line. Made no mistake this time. Just too close.
So a goal for Tony Modra, his 4th. And the Dockers back trailing by 4 points. Modra and Burke having plenty to say to each other. Back in the middle with just 3 minutes to go to 3/4 time. It was all the Dockers in the first half, but they didn't put their dominance on the scoreboard. Richmond free kick. Tivendale's just on the ground to replace Clinton King. Greg Tivendale, who was originally dropped, but was a last-minute inclusion. Richardson overruns the ball. Dodd, and out of bounds at right half back for the Dockers.
Smart play by Bowden. Went to the boundary line. There was 4 Dockers around him. Had no opportunity to use the ball. Start again. Good play.
Damien Drum getting those fingernails down to the elbow. Michael clean possession into Callaghan. Over the wing with his kick. Oh, Richmond have the numbers here. Comes to the front. Black. Ball pinned to him by Callaway. And the umpire will ball it up.
This is where they've got to make a change, Fremantle. They've got to bring the loose player down. It's in the Richmond forward line there to man up on Holland. You can't let Holland get too much space. Let Modra the key.
2.5 minutes left in this third quarter. Michael was nearly a take two. Tivendale, some fresh legs in this third term. Cook, the bottom of the pack. Now the whistle has gone. It's a free kick to the Tigers. They won 50. Michael pleads, didn't hear the whistle.
I think I believe there's a free kick there.
Dragicevic from the half-back flank to the half-forward line. 3 against 1. Big fist away. It was good defensive play. Sampson, close to the boundary line, keeps the ball alive. Hilton has been a good player. Danger now for the Dockers. Inside 50 for the Tigers. Callaghan on hands and knees to Sinclair to Gale. They'll share the ball around. Bandy caught in 2 minds. The kick is a good one. It comes off to McManus. Kicks to space. It's Heath Black on the stretch.
It's a better kick. Kick to space. Give your man a chance to get out in front. Use the angles.
Modra's going to be the target.
Yeah, poor kick.
Callaway drops back, fills the hole and does it well. And a transfer of play. Across to Harrison.
Well, the Dockers come down the left-hand side of the ground, and the Tigers switch the play and they go down their left-hand side. Oh, good mark to Ottens. Out on centre wing. 66-62. The Tigers by 4 points with just under a minute and a half to go to three-quarter time. Biddiscombe up short. Rogers deep inside the 50. Knights hasn't had one of his all-time best today. Hand pass comes through to Callaway. It drops short. Oh, what he needed was more elevation to find Richardson. Bandy got in the way. Through Dodd it goes. Parker. Dodd followed up to get it back. Over the wing. Coops. Tough ball. He'll get a free kick over the... Oh, it's a Richmond free kick over the shoulder to Callaway. Andrew Callaway just behind the wing. Sampson takes the mark and a clip round the ear.
Yes, young Coops should have held that mark before. High ball, dangerous one for the Dockers. Loose ball, Broderick on 50. The playmaker will try and set it up. Backtracks, gives it across to Biddiscombe. Did well, got his boot to the ball quickly. Chance for Dragicevic, a dangerous young player. Well done, caught high was Brown. Now they've played advantage. McManus comes away. There's only a few seconds left. Callaghan is marked on centre wing, but the siren will sound. So we're set for a big last term here at Colonial Stadium. It's only 4 points in the game. The Tigers hitting the front for the first time in the match. 10-6-66. The Dockers 8-14-62.
Richmond in front, 4 points.
Start of the last quarter with just a kick the difference. Gale, who started the game on the bench, wins in ruck but gets it down to Fletcher of the Dockers. Coops hasn't seen all that much of it. Spirals the ball towards full forward. Modra waits at the back. It comes to the front. Tawney ducks the tackle. Play on, says the umpire. It spills to Modra, who's looking for a teammate. Black, top of the goal square. McManus has it, punched away by Biddiscombe. Gale, well done. Good tackle. It spun him 360. Sometimes you get a kick for that. The umpire will ball this up. And Gale looks as though that hurt him.
They were a bit unlucky then, the Dockers, because Benny Gale, there was no attempt to handball. There was no attempt to kick. There was no attempt to do anything there. In fact, the ball fell out of his hand, so it was a throw.
Good tackle by Prescott. He tried to take him on and lost.
So Gale up is okay. Michael got his fist to the ball. Clinton King has been handy today. 17 possessions, kicks wide. Waterhouse spent time on the bench in that third term. They'll need him in this last quarter. He's trying to tunnel ball it out. Tigers went out through Tawney.
He's got to lift.
He rolls the ball towards the boundary line.
They're going to need more out of Clive Waterhouse if they've got to win this game. They just can't have one avenue for goal, and that's Modra. They need other players in the forward line to lift and kick goals. Coops has been a bit quiet. If they get other avenues to kicking goal, Fremantle, they just can't rely on Modra.
Well, Jason Tawney's done a good job because he's a gun player. Clive Waterhouse, Cook was a star early. Just didn't quite get his boot to the ball. Falling on top of it was Rogers. He kicked 3 goals in that third term. Here's a chance for Walker. Inside 50. In front, taking the grab. He's got it. Tony Modra.
Yeah, if there's ever a kick that's important, it's right now for Tony Modra. He hasn't had his kicking boot on.
Well, he had 3 shots at this end of the ground in the second term, and he kicked 3 behinds.
Just pushed his body back on Burke. It was good work there. Kept the ball in front. And let it get from behind.
4 goals, 6 to Tony Modra. This to put the Dockers back in front. Tony Modra stands and delivers. He's got 5.
And one bloke has made a lot of difference in this last 5 minutes of the third quarter and the first bit of play in this last quarter is Clint Michael's been very good in the ruck, taking the ball out. Good kick here by Walker, plenty of space, but he hit Burke's body first, Modra. Good play by him and made no mistake.
Prescott, who spent some time on the bench, might have had some treatment to a cut on the back of the head by the looks of that. Dockers back in front. They lead by 2 points. Gale, Michael beats him. Hazelby held off it when he didn't have it. Comes to Fletcher. He's bowled over. Oh, he regains it. Off to Hazelby. That engine room looking good. Cook in the same direction as the ball.
Come on, go at it.
He could have taken the mark. He was just lazily loping after it. Ball kept in for the Dockers. Here's Clive. Bang! Good kick. Great
Goal.
kick. Second to Clive Waterhouse, who hasn't been much of a factor, but he might step up yet.
Well, the change in the play's been the midfield there. Michael's been good. Fletcher been hard in and under. Cook should have went at the ball, should have taken the mark. Quick hands off and Clive from 50 out. This is what he can do. Kick him from 50, made no mistake. He's got a left to kick goals for Fremantle. They need another option.
The Dockers by 8 points. That man on screen, Clive Waterhouse, has kicked 2 goals. He's bouncy, he's unpredictable, he's a thumping kick, and he just shown us then he's very, very dangerous if he can get his hands on the ball. Hilton,
Good attack.
tried to crash his way through it with some strong arm tactics. Kick it, goes to the ground. He's a desperate player. Been so good today. 14 possessions and 7 marks.
Hungry for the footy kick. A great play. They're attacking the ball again as the first half for Fremantle. Fletcher's been in and under there. Sensational.
Tigers hit the front for the first time late in that third term. King had it and lost it. Goes to ground. Michael tackled strongly.
Went for the ruck work. Then again, butted up for the second effort. That's what Michael's very good at.
Dockers led by 27 points at quarter time, 20 at half time. They trailed by 4 at 3/4 time. They now lead by 8.
Gave away the free kick that time, Michael. But he's had a good start to this last quarter. Gale looking into the sun. It's a bit awkward from there. Now this shaded area inside the 50. Richardson waited at the back.
Now was that a push? He does have able to get his hands in the player's back, Richardson. Just pushed him off the ball. That's fair enough.
They
Brown.
just misjudged the ball.
Misjudged it.
Bandy and Brown.
I think Brown nearly pushed Bandy.
They just give him a bit of a shove there. It's unbalanced, Bandy.
Richardson. Just inside 50. Didn't travel all that well. It's left. And Richo has kicked 4 goals, 3, and at least 1 out of bounds. Remember the game last year between these sides. Richmond won by a point over in Perth. And that was the day young Ben Hollands kicked the goal. He's since been delisted by the Tigers.
Good play by Fletcher to Dodds, who's a ball winner. Here comes Modra again. Give him space. He is so dangerous. So quick off the mark, Tony Modra.
Good lead by Modra there. Not to lead straight up the ground. Give himself some space. Lead on the angle so you get to work in more space. Good kick by Dodd.
Well, he started on the interchange bench, Brad Dodd. He's had 8 possessions. He's a ball carrier. Tony Modra, 48 metres out. He's kicked it. He's got 6.
Well, that's 11-point turnaround there. Richardson had a chance up one end there for him. And it's good to see Fremantle. They really do deserve this. The first half was sensational. Missed opportunities. Good tap on by Michael. Smart play. Fletcher, quick hands. He's been very good in this last quarter. And Dodd squared the ball up beautifully. Modra on a lead, on the angle, give himself some space to work in. Good play.
Modra certainly has got on the end of his teammates' play. He's taken 11 marks. He's had 14 kicks, 12 shots at goal for 6 goals, 6. The only thing that's let him down is his accuracy. They're into attack again. Waterhouse held off it by one arm. Comes to the front to Coops. Hurried ball, high, just near the behind post, and knocked out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in.
Gee, it was great touch by Coops, and it just goes to show his ability and his ball control, because that was a very hard take. He just kept it alive.
Waterhouse, after giving the handball, should have went in for a block. He was sitting there waiting for the
handball
second
back.
give. You should have went over and blocked, give him some space to work in.
Dragicevic off. Andrew Mills, the first game
Coops
on for the Tigers. Coops, clean possession.
Oh,
Modra, another one. 3 in the last quarter to Tony Modra. 7 for the game.
Quite possibly had 10, 12. He's missed a few easy ones. Just the midfield have really lifted Fremantle. It's good work, Coops. Smart play. Yeah, there was a ruck contest in. Good leap and smart play. Didn't take the ball. Good footwork by Modra. Smart play. Good thing in the tight situations.
Well, I haven't seen a full quarter kicks as many goals off the ground as what Tony Modra does. Maybe a bit of history here today for the Dockers. They've never defeated the Tigers in Melbourne. It's 5-2, and both those wins have been, of course, in Perth. The Dockers keep coming forward. Hazelby, they maybe have a sniff. Overrunning the ball was Longmuir. Waterhouse goes to ground. Hazelby, the tacker. Clinton King, the playmaker. De Hilton goes short. This is a poor kick. Gale dragged down by Fletcher. Dodd stands his ground. Take a bow.
Let go 10 metres.
Just 10 up. Goes wide in that sunshine. Parker, 65 metres out. Modra, a one-on-one. Burke from behind, went for the mark. Over the line for a boundary throw-in.
And the real turnaround's been Clem Michael in the centre bounces there. Giving the ball to his on-ballers every opportunity. Has been sensational.
19 points. The Dockers lead. They trailed by 4 points at three-quarter time. Clem Michael, clever with his hands. Coop, all of a sudden looks dangerous. Good pick up by Hilton. Much improved player for the Tigers. Comes inboard to Harrison. Usually is a thumping left foot kick. Covers great distance. Walker getting back. Tries to take a one-hander against Knights. He'll be tough to beat. Gets support from Kickett. Fires off the handball. Back to Walker. He's going to be met by Bowden. It's a big play for the Tigers. It's at centre half forward. Again a loose ball. Gale tried to pinch it. They'll pile on top.
Great work.
And a ball up on 50.
Could have quite easily been a Richmond forward thrust there. Walker was very good against Matthew Knight's one-on-one.
Yeah, the ball was going one way, then the other. That was really good stuff. Right on the 50, attacking for the Tigers. Ottens and Michael. King for the Tigers, puts it out in front. Rogers, who kicked 3 in the third quarter. Brown over the ball.
He had an opportunity. He was by himself clearly there. He should have taken the ball.
He just rushed it, didn't he?
Yeah, he just panicked a bit. He just, in his play a bit, just inexperience.
Just needed to take a steadying step. The thought coming over the top then, was it Tivendale came over the top? He should have just grabbed the player, and they may have got a free kick there, the Tigers.
Ottens beats Michael. It comes to Bowden. Taken away by Michael.
Oh, look, it's sensational.
He's got the great pedigree. Stephen Michael never came over to Victoria to play VFL football, but was a champ in Western Australia.
Mark Besto said the best footballer he played with. He used to take the tap ruck, block for Toby, say, here, have another kick, son.
And was admitted last year to the Australian Football Hall of Fame, Stephen Michael.
And I suppose if you're the son of Octagonal, you're entitled to be a racehorse. Back. Didn't see the tackler coming. Longmuir barreled him.
He's got a migraine.
Coops off the ground. Chance for Modra again. Waterhouse, nobody in front of him. Offline.
That's where he doesn't know where the space is around him. Like, he had plenty of time there. He knew the contest was there. Just got to...
Benny Gale here getting crunched.
Cop that. Well, a couple of Panadine fought tonight just to settle the head.
Justin Longmuir, been impressive. Both Longmuir brothers.
Yes, I think one's 19 and one's 20, so one would think they've got a big future in the game. The Tigers haven't kicked a goal in this last quarter. They've only kicked 4 goals for the season in the last quarter. Gale looks okay. Losing his feet was McManus, not Fletcher. Back to Michael, having a big last quarter. Modra looks dangerous. Good mark to Andrew Callaway. Now the Tigers now trying to get some run out of defence. Burke. A good chaser was Heath Black. Just forced the error. Dodge usually uses the ball very, very well. Sets it up to Black on 50.
Good kick.
Stephen Coops, loose ball at the back. Modra. Bitterscombe will close quickly.
Good work,
Head
Modra.
straight to the line. Tony Modra. It was a good tackle. Forced it back. Andrew Callaway had to put it over now. Looks like Bitterscombe's got a touch of the cramp as well.
Just on Stephen Coops' play, he's just misjudging the ball. When he gets in his area, he just misses it too. Once you get one touch at it, you really got to have a crack at it and be hungry for the ball. Don't let it go out of your area. He lets it go out of his area too much.
Hazelby tried to just break the tackle. Prescott got his foot to the ball. It's a big play here for the Dockers. Another goal will make it tough for the Tigers. Tawney.
Come on.
Ball didn't bounce up. Just weaves his way out of trouble. Kicks wide. Getting the bounce he wanted was Bowden. The chaser is Gale. Bowden wants to come back onto the left boot. Pinpoints it. Finds Cameron.
Leon Cameron, 20-point lead to the Dockers. It's been all Fremantle in this last quarter. The ball flips to the back. Knights, the hand pass away to Rogers. Great kick to Richardson. No worries about this for a goal. Go, Matty! 5 for Richardson, and the Tigers still alive.
There's a bit of bad luck there for Daniel Band. He didn't really attack the ball. He left Richardson 2-on-1 situation there, and just Richardson sucked out the back when Rogers had the ball. Unfortunate for Band. He did the right thing. Go to help your teammate. 50-50 situation. Leave your man. And 5 goals to Richardson.
There's Matthew Richardson on screen. He's booted 5 goals, 3. Tony Modra has booted 6 goals, 6. So the gun forwards in action at Colonial Stadium today. The Tigers. Can that lift them? Clinton King does well. Just a roll of the shoulders. Prescott goes to ground. So does Fletcher. He was desperate. Dodds. Quick hands. Has to hit a target. Overrunning the ball was Gale. Plenty of weight now being used. Great vision by Knights. Finds Harrison. He's off. He's going to be caught. McManus should have applied the tackle. Went for the bump. Richardson.
It's twice there. Should have went the tackle. Poor play. It's twice now the Fremantle side have done that. It's cost them 2 goals.
Sometimes you can be too fast for your own good.
You just got to take the hits. That's twice in this game. They've let opportunities go where the Richmond have kicked goals from.
Well, the gun forward, Matthew Richardson, from just outside of 50. Starting to bend it back, not enough. 5 goals, 4 to Richardson.
But it's been a great day.
I said before, Tony Modra's got 6-6. He's got 7-6.
Richardson 9 marks, 13 kicks. Modra 11 marks, 15 kicks. It means they've been getting plenty of chances, the full forwards. Brown, the kick didn't have the carry, and Rogers chips in to take the mark. Rogers back over Brown's head for Richardson. Well, the hand pass not great. Parker, his hand pass not great. First game, a well-done son, Mills, but his kick smothered out of bounds.
Well, you say Daniel Bandy's game's been very serviceable on Richardson. He's played very well. Worked hard, played in front of Richardson, taken the space in front of him, so Richardson's had to really work for his goals.
Throw in on the 50. Michael in front. Ottens beats him down to King. Richardson again.
Well, Daniel Bandy was asleep there.
Yeah, he was asleep.
He ran back, he stood in the goal square. And the one thing you've got to remember at boundary throw-ins is that the player kicking the ball will usually be kicking around the corner, and therefore the ball will drop short.
That's right.
So as soon as he got his hands on the ball, Richardson let out, and of course he took an easy chest mark.
just went to sleep.
Gee, Richmond will be right in the mix if he kicks this. He's got it.
Squeezed it in.
It's just that mental lapse by Daniel Bandy. With Richardson, he played in front of the space there and gave Matthew Richardson the space to work in. And as KB spoke, there's usually a three-quarter kick from a boundary throw-in situation. That's where Daniel Bandy's been playing, in front of Richardson all day. Just a lapse in concentration that can cost you games.
The Tiger Army trying to lift the Tigers over the line. The Dockers by 7 points. Michael in the ruck. Tigers keep coming forward. Bitterscombe pumps it. Richardson off hands. They'll need a crummer. Knights gets the call from Poyers. Sets it up short into the pocket. Finds Mills.
He's been very good in this second half of play, Knights. Just balanced up, his good vision, use of the ball. It's hurt Fremantle.
Playing his first game, this young man from Euroa. Now he gets a bit of advice from Knights.
Kick the goal.
This to bring the Tigers within a point. Mills from 45 metres. It's a beautiful looking kick.
That is as good as it gets from the first game.
Well, he should be happy with his debut game. He's been very, very good. He's worked hard. But Knights' great vision really set the play up there. Twice he's done that in this quarter. Knights has been very good. The smart play, you know he's capable of it. The first half of Madison cut him off. And there's the raw meter.
It hit the danger level.
It got into the danger zone. We're all in trouble.
Raw meter. Fair nickel.
Andrew Mills, what a wonderful moment for him. If the Tigers can win this game, the kick by the first gamer will have gone a long way towards doing it. But at the moment, they still trail by a point. Cook. Callahan. Fletcher. Real contest going on everywhere. Just scrambling the ball forward. Bowden punched by Brown across the defensive 50. Giving chase there was Walker. He's lost control of it, and it's going to be Fremantle's free kick. So James Walker to take the free kick for the Dockers.
Didn't take possession of the ball. Walker was smart play. Knew there was hot.
Gale. Out of defence, Mark Gale. Son of golfer Terry, centre of the ground. 1 point the margin, as it was the last time these two teams played. But it was 1 point the other way. Umpire Allen says, I can't decide. Give me the ball. I'll throw it up.
Just Mark Gale's disposal just lets him down. His kicking's not fantastic, and 3 or 4 times today he's just given it up too easily. Gonna really want to give it to your teammates. Help them out.
Just under 6.5 minutes left. Clem Michael on the interchange bench. Knights throws it over his shoulders. He just shoved the ball out. Rogers, the hero of the third term, too much carry. Scores are level with 6 minutes left in the game. Matthew Rogers kicked 3 goals in that third quarter.
Might have the second draw at Colonial in a week.
Parker. Edge of the centre square, finds Hazelby. Young man has been fairly quiet today. Coops is a target. Hilton drops a chest mark. Gets a bump also from Waterhouse. Bitterscombe takes it over the line. Boundary throw in. No Wayne Campbell today. Pulled out of the side for the Tigers. So did Darren Gaspar. And Daffy was suspended by the Tigers from senior football. And coming into the side was Timmendale and Bitterscombe. And Heath Black also came in for the Dockers. There's a heavy bump. Taken high. That looks like Tawney, is it?
He's reported. Coops.
Now Tawney with his head down. Oh, that's a nasty bump.
Well, let's hope that Jason Toyne will be all right. Never a good sight to see a man in a neck brace carried off on a stretcher.
Well, they do that now as a matter of protection for the player, but he was moving his hands and his arms and his legs on the ground, so there were some good signs.
Danny Frawley, well, his only win as a senior coach was a nail-biting two-pointer against Melbourne in round 1, when they had a big lead and hung on. This time they've come from behind. Scores level, 5.5 minutes left. Long kick, Richardson in the chop, comes down to the front to former Richmond player Prescott. Well, straight onto the chest of Mills. Mills has done it again. He's put it up to the goal square, but Rogers camped underneath it, was swamped by defenders, and the ball is out of bounds and will have a throw in. Richardson hobbling at the moment, limping back towards the goal square. The man who's most likely to kick some goals for them.
Now, he may have hurt his foot here, Matthew Richardson. It was good defensive play by Bandy. Came across with that big fist. Bowden goes to ground, tried to feed it off. Taken away by Longmuir in a push out. So Stephen Coops will take the free kick. Now, Richardson's in a fair amount of trouble. He's really hobbling at full forward. Coops to the half-forward line. Modrad's got 2 to beat. Getting back was a strong mark taken by Harrison. There's Richardson, who looks to be in a little bit of pain. Time clock ticking away. 4.5 minutes left. Harrison, the edge of the centre square. Hilton playing in front. Another good game. 5 marks and 16 possessions. To centre half forward. Knights was there. Thought he should have got a free. Black, it's a hurried kick. Pounced on by Sampson. It was a great tackle also by Sinclair. So the ball gets turned over. Back to kick it. Sets it up to Prescott. Smack bang in the centre of Colonial Stadium. Caught in 2 minds. Oh, went to kick the ball. Then went to balk around Hilton and then dropped it. Let's just see where Richardson hurt his foot. Now it's got caught underneath that pack. Now he's still hobbling and he's still got the trainer with him in the goal square. Knights playing in front. Ball up.
Well, last time these sides met over in Perth last year, the Tigers won by a point. Winning goal kicked by Ben Hollins, plural, who's since been delisted by the Tigers. So they do like to play some close ones. This one's even closer than a one-pointer.
McManus coming onto the field for the Dockers, and Troy Cook is off.
Well, Saturday night last week, the Eagles and St Kilda played a draw here. So there've only been a handful of games at Colonial, and we might have 2 draws involving West Australian teams in the space of 8 days. Across the ground, and the diving mark taken by Prescott. We've got 3 minutes remaining. Scores all tied up. The Dockers absolutely had this one in the first half, but didn't put the score on the board. Walker's kick. Oh, big leap by Coops. Comes down to the front. Hazelby the hand pass. Callaghan to Modra.
Gee, that was a big pack of players. There were some high flyers in that pack, Drew. Waterhouse really did jump, and so did Coops. And Callaghan here didn't panic, and Tony Modra, who's booted 7 goals, 6. Is there a bigger kick for Tony Modra for the Dockers?
He can win the game with this. Missed it, away to the right, but the point is enough to break the deadlock. 7 goals, 7 for Tony Modra, so he could yet be the villain. He's taken 12 marks and had 14 shots at goal from 16 kicks.
Still time for the Tigers. 2 minutes 20 left on the clock. Black from behind, couldn't take the mark. It's a big play. Centre square, Hilton wins out. Knights camped underneath it. Tiger fans willing the Tigers on. It was touched, so it's a ball up. Touched off the boot. A big call by the umpire. Brett Allen. Centre square. Hazelby. Half smothered off the boot. Young Brown tumbles the ball forward. Look at Waterhouse closing quickly. He's quick, super quick. Had it and lost it. Needed a little bit more composure. Centre wing. Out wide is Mills. This young boy has shown plenty today. From Uriah. His first game, he's also kicked a great goal in this last quarter. 1:24 left on the clock. Hazelby got back. It was courage. Got a fingernail to the ball. He's been dumped as well. Gets to his feet along with Bandy. This is the play for the Tigers, and this is the play for the Dockers. Minute left. Over the top is Longmuir. Knights on 50. Can he set it up? It's a centering kick. Docker marks, and it's young Brown. Well, I dare say that Damien Drum will hope that this next possession's a clean one, and it is. To Parker. Maybe keeping's off. Bandy marks on the wing. Time clock ticking away. Under 50 seconds left.
Bandy's taken Richardson for a run all the way to the wing. Up towards half forward with his kick. It's at the wrong end for the Tigers. A juggler by Gale. No mark. Play on, says the umpire. Well, in that case, you're holding it. Still play on. Now a chance for Waterhouse. Waterhouse off the ground. Modra in the goal square, caught behind. Burke beats one, can't beat the other. Spills to Bitterscombe. He clears the area for the Tigers. A chance now as Duncan Kellaway has it. 17 seconds remaining. The crowd want 50. The clock ticks. 13 seconds. Harrison, centre wing. Kick smothered by Brown. The young boy playing just his 4th game. Well done. Harrison, Brown's got him too.
Well, that's smothered by Brown.
The Dockers have won it by a point.
And we just saw Damien Drum ecstatic in the coach's box. And that young boy Brown, that wonderful smother on centre wing. Damien Drum, he'll be thrilled. That's an historic win for the Dockers. Their first against the Tigers in Melbourne.